Coffee time. Gotta go get some coffee. Alright. So, I live in South Florida. I'm an avid fisherman. I fish all the time. Not all the time, but enough. I carry fishing rods in my car. So when I'm not working, I can pull off on the side of the road and I can throw my lure in the water a little bit. So the big debate, right? The big debate is the new technology coming out for fishing. And some people say, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Well, every sport has guardrails, right? Every sport. It's not a free-for-all. Just not. Baseball's not a free-for-all. Football's not a free-for-all. Soccer's not a free-for-all. That's why they have rules, and that's why they have people that administer these rules. Right? And every sport limits the equipment. Every sport. Baseball limits the bat. They limit the glove. What you can do to the ball. Right? You can use the ball. You can't put sandpaper in your hand, right? To make it spin differently. Baseball bats, right? They want them aluminum. They don't want them aluminum. They want it wood. I've heard in the past the reason kids and every colors on the power poles boat. You should have or try to look over it. Don't about it. There are people. How we run out. I run out. Maybe I put some electronics on it. You want us or money and use the equipment to generate 80 grand on a boat to let it sit, develop better scopes so you can go out. Well, let's take now. You know what? I shot the animal and I didn't hit him in the chest and they dropped and they were dead within seconds. No, the poor animal I shot, hit him in the side, and hit him in the chest for miles and miles. But what I'm saying is every type of sport will want to be the best, and they will pull out all stops. They will examine the rule book, right? So you get all safeguards. I let the wild west, right? Because you're having a spinner bait, 5 soft-sided bait, some type of minnow, to be able to, unless you have social media, to participate. How long are they going to stick around? So I don't know. Forward-facing sonar. Lead. They have to take the lead in this. You should take input from the safety issue, but they'll never. Their competition. Got to put Garmin in. Those are the people. You gotta have their NPFL players go absolutely invested the money. I've heard some people doesn't get too excited out there like Randy Blockett. He's just a guy I like it. Some of the things he says, I agree with. Some of the things he says for followers, so he's able to. Oh, Randy Blockett and his followers are. Yeah, it's always been like that. The people that scream the loudest. Look at politics. You got one party that's low key. You got one party that screams and yells. They get more. Randy Blockett's the same way, right? The more he screams and yells on his podcast, David admitted that his channel and what he says, he moves a lot of product. The MPFL. He was on Bass. His follow the BPFL said it worked. His because of what he symbolizes, and that's Randy's fault, right? When you start taking sides like that, that's what happens, right? You've I try to do a little bit of research, right? And when you look back, I try to look over past results. Something like the Bassmaster bass weight they catch 1 year, 80 pounds of total weight. Popular, right? Is that year, right? Start technology. Is that scoping? Do more if some, no doubt, time they're like instructor bass in their organizations and do whatever they want to, right? And you can dip it color of the tail, or you can make your own lures and you can put extra salt, a little bit of salt, or you want it extra salty. You can use something where the lure will appear on forward-facing sonar better. So now, first you sprayed it or you dipped it in it, now they're embedding it directly into the minnow, right? So you gotta have rules. And they don't care about what you're doing. You gotta set rules that protect. And a or someone like that, but he did, or he's in the top 5. Shallow and they're betting. I don't know if live scope's going to be a big deal there. I think you're going to have to be able to sight fish a little bit. I think you're going to have to use different types of lures. I don't know if the little 2 feet of water. As the year goes on, and the fish aren't bedding anymore, they move offshore, then I think it turns into a live scoping deal. But I have more on the subject if you guys want. That's my rant. That's my take. I have no skin in the game. I'm just an average fisherman who I'm going to tell you this, I have no desire to buy the equipment. I like to go out. I have a big old tackle box with all kinds of lures. I like to experiment, see which one's working, which one's not working. Try to figure it out. To me, that is the essence of fishing. Trying to figure it out.